I fainted, guys, but I'm back online, and I was gonna create this video like 6 hours ago, but here we go. Tonight is very important, guys, because there's a lot of weekly closes for these charts, and the beginning of crypto week. So look at XRP on the 2 weekly. This closes in 7 days. Okay, let me. You guys remember? Do you guys remember? We're on it right here. XRP needs to close above 284, but it's more so above this candle right here, guys. 285. Okay, we're just gonna say 285. If XRP closes above 285 on a 2 weekly candle, guys, right, with the body closing above this point right here, 285, that's it. The heavenly gates open. The reason being is because so we still have 7 days, okay, for that. For the weekly, it's a little bit different though, because it's all the way up at $3.06. Okay, so that's why we're trying to front run with the 2 weekly, guys. But again, if it just closes above 285 on a 2 weekly candle on a in 7 days from now, it opens, because then it'll create it will not create, but it will activate a 2 weekly bearish divergence, which tells me that I've seen it literally. It never fails, guys. They keep pushing it higher. They keep pushing the asset higher and higher and higher, right? Because the momentum back here was extremely overbought. So if they keep pushing this as high, they're going to try to kill that bearish divergence, but I don't know if they're going to succeed. But by that time, XRP will be at $6 plus to $13, right? So things are looking insanely well, guys. So here's my game plan. Look at XRP right here. Wow, you guys see what this is what you call perfect structure. I told you, XRP is literally holding this level. Did we not call it? The max point it should not go below is this level right here, guys, 260. Okay, the reason being is because right here, guys, it's previous resistance, right? But more fairly, I would say, coming down here, let's check. Right here, it's more so 257. XRP must not go below this point, because of look how much support there is. Even if we did dump, XRP must not go below this region. I don't know if we will though. It's just too strong right here, right? That's the thing. Look at that. I even said if I had some money, I would have long right here, right at the second touch point, because that's how the structure forms, and it keeps moving higher and higher and higher. Now my game plan here is, if they do pump it, right, in this coming week, like all the way to previous all-time highs, which is $3.40, I think they're gonna bring it back down and hold it above this level, right, like this, guys, and consolidate it one more time, and then I'm gonna jump in, right? I'm gonna jump in, but at that point. But yeah, XRP basically needs to break above 284, 285 right here, guys. Look at the resistance, right, because of that 2 weekly candle chart. It's trying its hardest though, and it needs to hold this level as support. But you guys remember, let's go back in time a little bit, okay? Let's go back in time. You guys remember the previous structure. What happens when XRP breaks it, right? When XRP breaks it, it full force pumps, then it comes back down to retest it. Okay, it depends. It could be anywhere alongside, guys, right? The structure, but it needs to be towards the top side of the range, right? It comes back down to retest it, and then once it holds, once it confirms to the bots that it's time to go again, and then they break it upon the structure, and it keeps flying higher, right? So right now XRP looks insanely bullish, guys. It's actually insane. But yeah. Just in, XRP holds #1 spot in South Korea with over $500 million in 24-hour trading volume from Upbit, right? So this is why it's literally not stopping. Oh, not to mention, look at Bitcoin. We just talked about Bitcoin in the previous video. If you guys haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. Right? What did we say here? Are they going to even let it come back down? Right? Probably not. We see here from Mr. Zoom, XRP in the battlefield now for 2 days. Break this zone and new all-time highs come swiftly. Right? I will say, to be honest, if XRP breaks 285 right here, where we're at right now, right on a 2 weekly candle, it needs to close above 285. And then the last line is $3.06, guys, right? But as soon as it closes 285 on a 2 weekly, which closes in 7 days, it's go time, right? And that was on Heiken Ishii's, but on regular candles, it's basically 295. Okay, the reason why, like we stated before, it's gonna create, it's gonna create it but not form or trigger, right? Because it's pumping. It's gonna create the bearish divergences, but at that point, you're just gonna keep rising it, guys. Right? They're gonna pump the hell out of it. So that's why I'm just waiting here to see what happens, and then I'll jump in a week or so. I'm pretty sure they're gonna give at least. I think here, if we were to pump right here, right? If XRP were to pump, it's gonna go to 340 this upcoming week during crypto week. It should, if they choose to make cryptos pump, XRP will hit this level, okay, which is 340-ish, and then probably gonna get rejected, right? So that is about a 20% pump from here, and then remember, they always dump at 10%, right, which comes back to the previous structure, right? So that's where it'll get in, guys, and then that's the final test before what happens? No more resistance, no more, right? So if it comes up like this, comes back down swiftly, no more resistance. Literally, you just keep flying up, guys, until the bearish divergences on the higher time frames are triggered, right? So this is a very important level, guys, around this region where we're battling right now, right? It just needs to go above. But again, due to catalysts and external events this upcoming week, there's a strong possibility it's going to happen. We're going to keep flying. Ooh, XRP on the 4-hourly candles peeking out of the bull flag. That's what XRP loves to do as well. Create some like certain bull flags or certain bullish structures, right, for it to keep pumping, and that's how they never bring it back down, because the people who missed out, they either have to buy it higher, or they're gonna be with their ego, because their ego is gonna be like, oh, it's gonna come down, but it's not, guys, right? Until one day they see XRP at new all-time highs. But again, it is breaking out of these structures right now as we speak. If we could close above the red line, we are going much higher. Right, this is on the daily, and it has been closing above, if you guys haven't noticed, on the daily, right? Well, so that's a check mark, right, to begin with. So that's very wonderful, guys. Again, the structure says it all, right? That we're probably not gonna dump until a new all-time high. Now the new all-time high targets are, well, $6, $8, $13, $17, $22. Okay, the way we would know where XRP actually tops out, this is all priced before utility is unleashed, by the way, right? Short-term price predictions. The way we will know how XRP tops out is when XRP keeps rising like this, right? At some point, it's going to create some type of bearish divergence, no matter where it's at, maybe under 10 or above it, 15, 20, who knows where. Right, when you see those bearish divergences on the higher time frames, daily, double, 2-day, 3, 4, 5, weekly, 2 weekly, 3, right, monthly perhaps even, that's when the actual top begins. Let me actually explain to you guys what I mean here. I don't know if you guys understand, but let's just go to the RSI, a simple indicator. And what do we notice right here? Well, so this is what I actually mean, okay? Right here, look at that. So the first peak of XRP, right here, guys. Okay, we're looking right here. The first peak of XRP happened right here in 2017. The RSI was all the way at 100, max overbought. Then it cooled off, consolidated for 6 months. Okay, they went for a second peak. You understand why? To create a bearish divergence. You guys see this, right? Price kept going higher, but the momentum on the two weekly did not. It created some type of bearish divergence on the 2 weekly, and that's why it consolidated for this long, right? It literally dumped and died for years upon years. It came back to that previous structure, but again, they held on top of it, which was still bullish, right? Or it within that previous structure, guys, right? And what's happening right now? XRP pumped, and it double pumped. XRP's RSI pumped on the 2 weekly, it double pumped. It created a bearish divergence right there. Do you guys see that? Let me actually zoom in for you guys. Look at this. This is so fascinating, isn't it? Right? XRP pumped right here, end of 2024. Then it had a double pump to create a 2 weekly bearish divergence. Where is it right now? Right? The distance is quite far. If XRP closes above this region again, 285. I'm just going to say 285 here, right? But it's around 285 to 3, but more specifically 285 for me. Okay, if XRP closes 285 on a 2-weekly candle with a body closure above it in 7 days, which a lot can happen, by the way, it's going to then activate a 1, 2, triple 2-weekly bearish divergence. But guess what happens? They're going to keep pumping XRP to try to kill these divergences, which means RSI will go above one of these levels, right? Above it slightly to kill it. But again, that then means that XRP would have to explode so hard for that to occur, because RSI is right now at 66 about, when XRP was all the way at $1. Then it pumped 253% for the RSI to even go to above 90. If we pump 250% from here for the RSI to go above 90 level, 250% takes us to $10. Then it will kill it. Then it will kill the first bearish divergence, which is at 90. The other one's at 92. Right? We'll see at that point. But it needs to go to $10 to kill it, guys, around that region. Now, do you guys understand, right, why this is extremely important? It's so easy. People don't realize that, but I just gave you guys a cheat code. Remember that for the rest of your life. XRP has wiped out all visible liquidity above. Are we entering price discovery? Look at that. No more shorters, which means the lanes are open, guys. Okay? The lanes are open. So there it is. We now know the game plan. We know the code. We know what's happening. Not financial advice. I'm going to make another video, guys. Video for you guys here very shortly as well. We're on the grind. I'm not stopping until moon. Not financial advice, and we're on the cusp of it. But it's Sophie says, see ya.